Roguewing, Colonial, or Helen RD over at Starship Modeler. Welcome to the workshop. Alright, working stage 2 of the wings now. Got first group of aves in place. I've left this section bare so that after this cures I can sand it smooth, and then when I put in the second section have the ridge that runs down the middle of the wing here. Then I'll go in and scribe the flaps. What I'll probably do is use the actual plastic as the guidelines for the flaps. Another modification I've gone in and made is I've taken the kit's guns. As you can see, cut a groove in them. Not the greatest cut job with my Dremel wheel, but the objective is to make a notch so I can fit the gun around the wing. And what I'll do is I'll put the gun on the wing, and then I'll fill this half. Next step actually on these wings will be to go in and do this section on the other side of the wing. All in all, we're back to progress. Alright, process on the wings is, progressing. I've sanded down most of the aves. Stuff to put in the wing flaps. I'm also test fitting how the guns are going to look in the crook of the wing, which I definitely prefer to the up here by the fuselage. Now, key subject of this update is a change in the pilot. As you can see, the helmet here is actually the head off the supplied pilot for the kit. The head I've got sitting on her shoulders right now is one from one of the MMI pilot sets. This is kind of inspired by a model I saw over at Starship Modeler, and I decided it would work well here too, because she's kind of taking this thing out for a test run. I may see about getting a ladder. Of course, I'll probably have to custom build it to fit over the airfoil. But I like the idea of having the pilot looking like she's getting ready to take off rather than actually being in the cockpit ready to go. I'll probably display it with the canopy open using this in mind. Alright, as we can see, the aves is now in place on the wings. We've also got the guns in place, basically being glued together by the aves. On this gun, because of the way I cut the slot to accommodate the wing, I had to go in and do some filling. I'll rescribe the detail after the aves has a chance to set. Now, the work on the pilot continues as well. As you can see, I've glued her head onto the body. I have also gone in and taken the control stick out of her hand, and I'm going to use aves here to rebuild the thumb, so basically she can give like a thumbs up to her ground crew before going into the launch tube. Obviously I'll be trimming that down to look a little more like a thumb, but right now just gotta let it sit up. Alright, don't know if you can see it in the light, but I've got the flaps scribed in the wings. Guns are in place on both wings. Flaps scribed. At this point, I'm ready to go ahead and put the wings on the body and then work on getting the airfoils that'll bridge from the wings, or from the fuselage rather, to the wings. Alright, as you can see, got the airfoils in place, wings are in place. I haven't actually glued the main engines on, but that's because I intend to paint them separately. But all in all, what we got here, let me put the canopy on, what we got here is pretty much finished on raw construction. You can definitely see the Mark II roots in it, but at the same time, I think once we get some primer on her, she's definitely a different plane. Okay, in looking at my diagram here, I realized I had neglected to put in this filler on the wing angle. So, here and over here, we have the wing filler to fill out the rest of the wing on the airfoil. I actually kind of like the detail this creates, so I think I'm not going to bother trying to fill it and just leave it there. But all in all, Mark III Viper is taking shape. Alright, tentative placement here of the pilot figure. Got our thumbs up gesture going as we get ready to move her into the tube. I haven't figured out where I'm actually going to place the helmet when I do the final work, but you know, where it is will actually work. I'll probably point it the other direction though, so it looks like it's ready for it to put on. But right now, that's an idea how we're looking on how it's going to look when done. And a rough idea how she's going to look, probably the last time you'll see this thing without paint on it.